So, guess where I am today? You're thinking of moving to Niagara Falls? Well, you've come to the right place. If this is the first time visiting our channel, I want to say thank you for coming by. Second of all, you're going to want to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you can be the very first people to hear of anything happening in the Niagara Falls area, whether it's where to eat, what to do, or anything about real estate. I'm Scott White, my wife Ellen, the other half of our real estate team working with Rave Realty to help you and everyone live here in the Niagara region. I was born and raised in this area, specifically in Port Colborne. My sister used to work at that Table Rock restaurant and the one just up here. It doesn't matter how many times I come here, I cannot get enough of this beautiful scenery, this magnificent Niagara Falls. So whether you're thinking of moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, and we'll make this transition extremely smooth. And we'll give you a private tour of Niagara Falls, and you can come and enjoy this with us. I never get tired of it. But Niagara Falls living is far more than this majestic waterfalls. It's more than the touristy areas. So let's leave this tourist area and go and look at what it's really like living in Niagara Falls. Come with me for this journey. And if you stick around to the very end, I'm going to introduce you to one of my all-time favorite locations here in Niagara Falls for a nice cup of tea or coffee and a really special treat as we sit down and talk about what the real estate market is like right now in Niagara Falls. So come along and enjoy the tour. Hey everyone, here we are back into Niagara Falls and we're looking at houses under $500,000. Currently, right now in Niagara Falls, we have 112 residences for sale. 28 of those are condo apartments, 22 are townhouses, and a whopping 62 homes are currently on the market here in Niagara Falls for under $500,000. And this location we see we're just a hop, skip, and a jump from the falls. You can't see it through the trees, but I can see some of the hotels and the Minolta Tower. And the nice thing about being in this area is you're close to everything. You're close to all the amenities of Niagara Falls, great restaurant, the entertainment, the casinos, if you're into that kind of things. But you're also far enough away that the touristy area doesn't really affect you that much, especially in the busy season of Niagara Falls tourist season. The house here behind me right now is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house with a brand new kitchen, and get this, the lot size is 43 feet by 100 feet. Not even that, this particular house is listed for $399,000. $399,000. Where can you get a house for that price here in Southern Ontario? Definitely not in Toronto. So if you're a first-time home buyer looking to move into Niagara or the Niagara region in particular, Niagara Falls may be the area you want to move into. With houses like this on the market, you can't really go wrong. Right now, let's go take a look at some other houses in Niagara Falls area specifically that are in and around the $800,000 mark. So we're close to a neighborhood that we're looking at a house under $800,000 here in Niagara Falls. But I wanted to stop off here and look at what Niagara Falls has to offer. Not just do we have the falls, one of the natural wonders of the world, the honeymoon capital of the world, we have the river. Here is an offshoot of the Niagara River, beautiful scenery, and it's navigable by boats. The river we just came from feeds this great river called the Niagara River. Living in Niagara Falls isn't just all about Niagara Falls. It gives you far more than just the falls. If you like water, Niagara Region is a place you want to be. We have Lake Ontario over there, Lake Erie over here, and the Niagara River right here. And right across the Niagara River is, of course, Niagara Falls, New York. And Niagara Falls, New York and Buffalo combined gives us so much more activity and events to take part of. We have Shea's Performing Arts where they have Broadway productions. We have the Buffalo Sabres Auditorium in Buffalo if you're into sports, and a whole lot more to offer than just those things. We are here right now is because the neighborhood right there behind me, hopefully you can see it, is where we're going to go and look at a house for under $800,000. It's in a suburb, outskirts of Niagara Falls, right here, literally a stone's throw away from the Niagara River. So let's go over there and take a look at this neighborhood and see what you can get for under $800,000. As I said, we just came from over there where the Niagara River is. This particular neighborhood, just actually one street, a dead-end street, right off of the Niagara Parkway. The homes are in the 20 to 30 year age homes, and they don't come up on this particular street very often for sale. But this house here behind me is a house that I wanted to show that we have listed right now for $799,900. You can get this 2,000 square foot raised bungalow, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, newer kitchen on a lot size of 70 feet by 120 feet. And that is the beautiful thing about Niagara Falls, is what you can get, not just in the size of the house, but also the property you can get. And that's what makes Niagara Falls and all of the Niagara region a real gem, is it is buying into a lifestyle, not the hustle and bustle of city life, but a more relaxed and calming life found here in Niagara. And you get property where you can put pools into, you can have backyard parties. Here you can go across into the Niagara River and enjoy that scenery, and the Chippewa area is where we're in right now. This is what you can get for under $800,000 in Niagara Falls. Now, let's go check out something a little bit over $1 million. Hey everyone, before we go to the next house, I just want to stop here and grab a bite to eat because I am famished. I've heard this restaurant, La Revolucion Taqueria Mexicana, is authentic Mexico, specifically Mexico City. And since I lived there for a while ago, I wanted to stop by and check it out. So let's go inside and see what we can order. I ordered myself tacos al pastor. These are my favorite street food when I lived in Mexico City. We get these on almost every corner. And let's take a bite. Ay, caramba. Fresco que estoy en el DF. Otra vez. Ay, muy bien. Oh, sorry. Got carried away. I haven't had tacos al pastor. This authentic. Bring you right back to when I was living in Mexico City. When you move down here to Niagara Falls, you gotta come by La Revolucion Mexicana. It's worth the trip. So before I leave here, I just want to introduce you to the owner here. Lo siento. ¿Tu nombre?
My name is Vianney Garcia.
She's the owner here at La Taqueria in Mexico. The food is so authentically Mexican that I think I'm in Mexico. But we're here in Niagara Falls, and I just wanted to say hi and let me introduce you to her. Yeah, where are you guys located here?
Okay, we are located in 3747 Portage Road, guys.
And they've been here for a year and a half, and show us your reward.
Yeah. Thanks to you guys, everybody, for coming to the restaurant and say beautiful things about us. Everything is made with our heart, and we are from all of us are from Mexico, different parts of Mexico. I'm from Mexico City, so it's
Una chilanga.
La chilanga banda. You can come and try our tacos. They are very authentic. You will see. Thank you so much.
They are. So when you're coming to visit, or if you're coming to move down here, stop by here. So here we are at our next neighborhood to look at our over $1 million home. I guess I'm using neighborhood kind of loosely because, as you can see around me, there isn't much of a neighborhood unless you counted the cows over here. We are a little bit outside of the Niagara Falls city proper, about 10 to 12 minutes away from Niagara Falls city downtown, and out here in the country a bit. But you hear that? Peace and quiet. That's what you can get here in almost anywhere in Niagara region, including Niagara Falls, if you're looking for that. The house that we're gonna come by here is a 2,650 square foot raised bungalow with a completely finished basement, which will give you almost 5,000 square feet of living space. 3 plus 1 bedroom, 4 bathrooms with a complete 1 bedroom apartment on the lower level. Ideal for the multi-generational family living, or if you want to augment your income with a rental in the lower level, you could do that as well. And the best thing about this, not only the quietness, but also with this particular property, you will get almost 5 acres to call your very own. All for $1,199,900 can get you almost 5 acres in Niagara Falls. I guess the theme of houses I was showing you here in Niagara Falls today was property, with land. That's what you get when you move to Niagara Falls. The first house we looked at was 43 feet by 100 feet for $399,900. The second house was 76 feet by 120 for $799,900. And this house here, almost 5 acres for $1,199,900. And now there's just one more house I want to show you, kind of a fun house for those who have a bit more money to look at. We're going to go along the Niagara Parkway and check out this house. Hey, so for our last market house we're going to take a look at here in Niagara Falls, I thought we'd have some fun. Come and see what we can get for, say, over $3 million. We have a house here we're going to take a look at in just a second, right here along the Niagara River on the Niagara Parkway here in Niagara Falls. Now we're about 10 minutes away from Niagara Falls proper, but we're still in the city limits of Niagara Falls. And for $3.5 million, you could get a house like this. 4,300 square feet of living space, 3 plus 2 bedrooms, vaulted ceilings, beautiful updated kitchen on almost 3 acres of land. And once again, the cream of the crop is waking up and seeing this every morning of your life living here. So if you have $3.5 million, that's what you can buy here in Niagara Falls. So as I promised you, if you stayed to the very end, I was going to introduce you to one of my all-time favorite places here in Niagara Falls to grab a nice little sweet treat and a little drink. Now, there's no places to sit down inside, so we're going to have to grab it here and then go to a nearby park, and we'll sit down and talk about the market here in Niagara Falls, sum up what we have seen and toured, and share a couple of pros and cons about living here in Niagara Falls. So we've come to the end of another tour, this one of Niagara Falls, and I'm here at Dufferin Islands, a great little getaway in the city of Niagara Falls. But before we get into our final things, I have my chai tea and my special treat from the sweet oven. So what is this special treat, you wonder? It is a butter tart. Don't tell my wife. She loves these things and probably would kill me to know that I got one and didn't bring one home for her. If you got your coffee, I'm sure you don't have a sweet oven butter tart. You have to come and move here to get one of these. Oh yeah, these are famous in this area. Whenever there's a butter tart festival in anywhere in the Niagara region, you can bet your bottom dollar this is a reason enough to come move to Niagara Falls. So after that special treat, let's recap what we've seen. You've seen houses under $500,000, in around 800, a million, and well over $1 million. You've seen that these houses have land and property. One out there on the Niagara Parkway, beautiful location. Again, you got to be careful. If you're getting into houses in around the $500,000 mark, there are some decent areas from which you can purchase those houses in, and then there's some other rougher areas that I wouldn't recommend you living in. So you want to make sure you're talking to Ellen and myself so that you get into a good, safe location. What are some pros and cons of living in the Niagara Falls? Well, first of all, you have the scenery. Here at Dufferin Island, great trails over here to walk along. They actually have picnic tables and barbecues where you can sit down and bring the family over and have a barbecue and sit here by the water. And it is a happening place in the summertime. Or you can just come and sit here by the water and enjoy it. And then of course you have Niagara Falls. You have some great shopping. It's some of the best shopping in all of the Niagara region. And if you're a foodie like me, Niagara Falls is definitely a place you want to consider because the food opportunities are almost endless. It's a huge touristy area, so they cater their tourists in that regard. Most of them are open all year round. You can have all kinds of food. You can see the Mexican food, not just the taqueria that I went to, Revolucion, but it's worth a trip to as well. Another pro there's only 95,000 people living in Niagara Falls. Outside the touristy area, it is time of quiet and peaceful and a great place to get away. Con of living in Niagara Falls is the tourists. In the summertime, as you can see with the videos that we took today when I was down in Niagara Falls, just a week ago, there was hardly anybody out there when it was cold and wintry. But now that the sun's coming out, people are coming out and it gets really busy, especially going up Clifton Hill in the restaurant areas, the hotel areas, and along Niagara Falls, it gets really, really busy. You want to really kind of stay away from Lundy's Lane if you can, in the summertime especially. Another con, it is a bit further away from Toronto. From St. Catharines, we're another 10-15 minutes, depending on where you are in Niagara Falls. So that will add an extra 10-15 minutes to your time going back into Toronto. There is limited job opportunities in the area. However, I would also say that there are a lot of people who live in Niagara Falls and Fort Erie who work on the state side in Buffalo and Niagara Falls, New York. So there are some job opportunities over there if you can land one of them. The tourist, of course, is the biggest industry here in Niagara Falls. Sadly enough, also Niagara Falls does have some very depressed areas. That comes kind of with the tourism and the casinos. But if you know enough to stay away from those areas, this is a great place to come and live. So what's the market like in Niagara Falls right now? So the market right now in Niagara Falls is pretty consistent with the rest of the Niagara region. The average price in Niagara Falls is running around $660,000, up slightly over the end of last year, down slightly over last year. And it's really mixed. It has a lot to do with what's going on in our world today. I just heard a report saying yesterday that 40% of Canadians are fearful of losing their job. They are afraid to buy a house. More houses have come onto the market in Niagara Falls over the past month and a half, and we're seeing an inventory going up. Sales are staying very close, really, to the same as they have been over the past 3 months. We are coming into the spring market, but with all this turmoil and uncertainty, I'm not sure how that spring market is going to come out. So it is a good time even to be buying in this area. It's still affordable compared to the rest of Southern Ontario. So if you're able to make the purchase here in Niagara Falls, it's not a bad idea. But you have to be very careful what area you purchase in if you want to look at the equity building in your house at a quicker pace. That's where a great real estate like Ellen and myself come in handy. So whether you're looking at moving to Niagara Falls in 9 days or 90 days, Ellen and I are here to help make this transition as smooth as possible. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Put your notifications on so you'll be the first ones to know of any changes or developments happening in Niagara Falls and real estate, where to go, what to eat, and festivals coming up, and everything else about Niagara Region and Niagara Falls. Thanks so much for viewing and stopping by and checking us out. Catch you next time. Bye, guys.